my wave started kind of to become the rappers under them, like Rondo Number 9 and L.A. Capone and shit like that. Like I kind of was like the wave for them, like the whole 600 movement. I was the one putting out the mixtapes and shit for them.
You did a good job, sir. You did a good job. What up, world? What up, world? We back for another episode of Infinite Vibes. Let's clap it up for ourselves. Damn it, like we always do. I am Moran, the man. DJ B-Lex with her red self is in the building.
Hey, B-Lex shaking in. How you feeling, bro?
I'm blessed and highly favored, man.
That's good.
God is working. I feel like a lot of blessings are gonna be raining down. A lot of opportunities.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's a lot of fuck shit happening. That's why.
Fuck shit happening.
So when a lot of bad happen, that's how you know a lot of good about to happen.
Hell,
no, seriously.
That's a big fact.
That's the real thing.
We are manifesting success, more success.
Right.
Because we're experiencing a lot of that. More success, more peace, and more bands, damn it. More bands, damn it. More bands, damn it. Because we need more bands in our life, which is why we're in the presence of DJ Bandz. How you feeling, King?
I'm all good. How y'all feeling?
Man. We feeling good.
Yeah. On a scale from 1 to 10, how you feeling, DJ Bandz?
20.
Ooh.
20. Why 20?
Shit. I mean, I woke up this morning. I always feel good. Okay. I mean, every day is a reset, so I feel good every day, or at least try to.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So DJ Bandz, first of all, y'all hear that accent? Chicago in the building.
Chicago.
He is from the land where they don't say car, they say ka.
Right. Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the zip code?
60649
Area code.
773.
Okay.
773
in the building.
Real shots out, real Chicago in the building.
Yes.
But this is really, really dope because we're in the presence of somebody who he's a DJ, producer for OTF. He DJs for Lil Durk, but he also does a lot of cool things for himself. So it's really, really dope to have somebody that plays so many hats.
That's right.
To chop it up with us today.
And he an A&R.
Yeah.
For sure.
For the record label.
For sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So, you're from Chicago, man. Growing up in Chicago, we all have heard these stories about how Chicago's wicked and, this, that, and third, and Michael Jordan and blah, blah, blah.
Not the same.
Right. What was Chicago like for you, for somebody that was actually there?
I mean, Chicago was rough for sure. I think it got kind of like, it's been rough my whole life. Like, see, I'm from the project, so it was like, I always witnessed that. But I think it got a lot worse probably around like 2012-ish and up. Like, I feel like from that era on up, it's like the next era of kids couldn't do. It was like we was like the last era of doing normal shit, like going to the park, play ball, like getting on the bus or getting on the train, go do little shit. Like, okay, might be like, all right, me and my people, me and my guys and shit, we gonna go get on the bus and go to the movies and shit like this weekend. Like, I think we was like the last era of that.
Without worrying about innocent bystander shooting, you getting killed just because you outside of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't. Like, for example, like how y'all have shit down here, like y'all might have like celeb basketball games and it ain't really much of that going on. You can't really put a lot of people from different areas or even nowadays from the same area together without it being some shit happening. So
is that why a lot of people don't do, like you saying, the initiatives, create experiences?
Yeah, because it's like, even like the clubs, there ain't really many clubs in Chicago to go to. Like, the nightlife kind of like dead a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that year y'all had the All-Star game. It was like trending on the internet. Oh my God, be careful because, people might be out doing mischievous things. So
yeah.
As someone who experienced, my family from Southside Chicago.
Yep.
Right? My cousin, he was just leaving a party and dead at 16.
Yeah.
Like, that's real life shit. Now, I'm currently right now, I'm behind y'all. Don't be mad at me. I'm watching The Shot right now.
Okay.
Do you feel like The Shot is a good depiction of how it really is in Chicago? Do you watch that Shot?
Yeah, I watched The Shot. Kind of. It's not to the T, but it's some familiarity in the show and how it is. Like,
like with the gangs or the blocks.
Yeah, the gangs and the blocks. Cause like Chicago now, it ain't really like the gang banging is really like your neighborhood for real.
Right.
Like, it ain't like Crip Blood, GD, BD, Blackstone. It's like your neighborhood, like your neighborhood now, it might be a little bit of everything, but y'all just rep the same block, rep the same neighborhood. So it's like that's how the game banging is now. And it kind of got like that a little bit everywhere. Cause we done influence so much of the culture now. I don't even know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we done influence the culture so much now. I see a lot of the shit that we was doing in 2012 and shit, like in other places when I travel around and shit now. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, very.
Y'all ahead of y'all time.
Yeah, because, I mean, even for y'all, like, back in 2012, because, you know, we all saw the explosion of Chief Keef. We all saw the explosion of Lil Durk. We all saw these things happen on the internet. From the outside looking in, y'all were all just trying to make it. You know, y'all not, obviously, you're not thinking about how this can affect the world. Y'all just trying to take care of y'all family. Y'all just trying to, you know, make it out your environment. Do you feel like certain artists from your city should be held accountable for the decisions that other people make just because y'all made music?
I mean, not necessarily, because everybody their own person at the end of the day.
That part.
But I just feel like if a lot of the shit that we was doing back then influenced other people. Like, but it's like not even just for the negative part of it, but even musically.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if our era of music when it came out, a lot of the artists that's out now would be unheard of.
Right.
I would definitely agree with that. And y'all also, I feel like y'all influenced, I call it click rap. Like you look up, okay, you got OTF, then you got 600, 300, and you got all these other, like, I don't know, the Bay Area, they got whatever click, whatever it is. Y'all definitely inspired the click rap shit for sure.
100%.
Absolutely.
But that's really just back to what I was saying, the influence, because all of this was blocks. Like these was blocks, these was sets, like that was just together.
Yeah.
So.
Are you familiar with the Gangsta Disciples?
Yeah.
The history and how they played in Chicago?
Yeah.
And okay. Because
like, I got some of my people that's Gangsta Disciples and stuff. Okay,
because my uncle, Leon Houghton, he was one of the top ones. He was like a part of the board member. Because they really had a structure. No. People think like GD had a structure. They had board members. That's what they call them. Yeah. And they really operated like a business. Yeah. But, you know, every business have, you know, dysfunction, shit be happening, stuff like that. Yeah. So I just was wondering if that's talked about when y'all growing up. Hey, remember this OG legend? He came in the community, he did this, he did that.
Not as much now, because it ain't like, it's not no OGs in Chicago. Like, it's not no, like, what I see out here often is OGs. Like,
right.
It's him, and it's quite a few out here.
Yeah.
Like, who people could talk to, and they could probably keep confusion down, and because that happen a lot out here. I see people be able to still collaborate on music after having problems with each other and all type of shit. Like where we from, that don't happen.
Is it because they killing the OGs? Because a lot of the OGs have died, or they died off, or something happened?
No, I won't even say that they killing the OGs. It's just the OGs now. This shit bigger than them. It's like the niggas in my era on down don't respect that shit. So it's like the ones that is still alive and still having money and shit, they probably like, I ain't finna be trying to put my life on the line and try to guide these young niggas.
Nah,
because they don't want to listen anyway. Like in our era, the OGs is niggas like Durk.
Right.
Durk like an OG. Well, not even like. He'll be considered an OG. He's somebody that young niggas will listen to because it's familiar. And some of these same kids that are considered like a Durk or OG is because they done probably saw him at a different era when they was 8 years old or 7 years old on their blocks and shit like that. So and to see him as big and successful and rich as he is now, they'll listen to him.
Right.
True that.
It's more relatable. Yeah. He's not out of touch where it's like he's tapped in.
Interesting. So DJ Bandz came from the project. Which project did you come out of in Chicago?
Outgill Gardens.
Okay, so you came out of that. How did you step into music? Like, was it always in your life, or?
Nah, really. Like, I had always been interested in music. Like, even like I always had a hustle since I was like 7 years old. I've been making money on my own since I was 7 years old. I always had a hustle. So even when I was that young, I was taking the money that I was making on my own and buying like real CDs and shit with it. So I always was like into music, just on my own as a fan. Like I remember getting my money and buying. Like I think the first album I ever bought was Bow Wow.
Okay.
Like I think it was like Beware Dog or some shit like
one
that.
of the hardest albums, man. Yeah, one of the hardest albums, man. Clap it up for that album, man.
Yeah, that
just me by myself.
He's like, just me by myself.
Yeah, I think
we
that
all
was like
love Bow Wow.
Yeah.
That was like the first album I ever bought with my own money and shit. Like, and then like probably like G Unit, Lil Wayne, Father Like Son. I was taking my money that I was making on my own and go buy that shit. And like at the time where like the drill music was getting big, my cousin, DJ Victorious, that's my blood cousin, like he was the man in the city, did everybody mixtapes and like he put, even though like a lot of people don't see him as much today, but like he was the one who put the movement on. He did Back from the Dead, Chief Keef first mixtape. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
He did Durk first mixtape, Fredo, and like.
So he was basically like the DJ drama of Chicago.
He was.
Fire.
He was. Like, it ain't even a like. He was.
He was good.
And I was with him, like, because this is like, we was like this growing up. So it was like we was always around each other, and I was watching him do this shit. He had already been DJing since we was 15. He was on tour with Ludacris and all type of shit, like, as a kid. And when, this is probably when we was probably like 18, I started being with him a lot more. When it was like I was done with school, he was already had left school behind, like chasing the music and shit. So I started being with him. He hitting the clubs. He still going on tours. He doing shows. He doing everybody mixtapes. And like I started living with him and my aunt. And like everybody used to come through that bitch. Like our crib at the time was like, that was the spot. Because we had the studio in the basement. So it's like Monday, we might have motherfucking Durk, like Durk, like Lil Reese, Chief Keef. Everybody come through. And my auntie was like, she was like real welcoming. Like, she like, I know what y'all into. So like, if y'all ever need somewhere where y'all can feel comfortable and do y'all shit, like, y'all welcome her. They'll come through 20, 30 deep. Smoking weed, we in that bitch smoking weed, drinking lean, all type of shit. She ain't judged. Like,
did y'all document any of this?
Okay, auntie, right?
Should have.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Man.
No BTS?
None. Well, maybe a little bit. Like, it might be a little bit of it here and now. But like, she a cook for everybody. She probably wake me and my cousin up like, what, y'all got people coming today? Let me know, because I'm finna go to the grocery store. I'm gonna get some chicken and steak. I'm gonna cook. Woo. So let me know if everybody gonna come through.
I love that.
So that's like, fire.
Because auntie knew, like, keeping y'all off the street, like, really protecting y'all, having a safe space for y'all. That was important.
Yeah, like niggas got so comfortable they was sleeping now. Like, and she didn't care.
On the floor, fuck it. Like
she ain't care. She just like, whatever y'all do downstairs, that's y'all space. That's y'all space. Like,
that's fire. Shout out to auntie.
I know. We need more people like that.
Absolutely. So what was it that came first? Was it DJing or producing?
Rapping.
Used to rap?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can see that, yeah.
Well, so obviously was it DJ Bandz the rapper? What was the rap name?
Nah, it was Lil Tay.
Okay.
Everybody called me Tay, because that's my name anyway. So like my name was Lil Tay back then, but like I was rapping first. Like around the time my cousin was DJing, I was rapping, but I like wasn't taking it serious. Like everybody used to try to get me to, but I wouldn't take it serious.
Damn.
And when I got around him DJing, because he was producing too, like I kind of like, I ain't never even asked him, like, teach me. It was just like, I just was always observant. And like, I probably mentioned it to him before, like I wasn't DJ. He like,
yeah. All right, nigga. Damn.
And then around the time I ended up moving out my auntie crib, I went, bought all the shit, and taught myself.
There we go.
And like my homeboys and shit at the time, they used to rap too. Like they was in the mix of all of the rap shit. Like they ain't never make it or nothing, but I was DJing for them first, and then there was a club in Chicago called the Press Box that everybody used to go to. I started DJing now. and just it started going from there. I started doing like Durk had like, I mean, my cousin Victorious, he had like Durk and Keith, and he wasn't like trying to let me get in.
Why?
Like,
why your cousin?
He wasn't trying to let you get in.
Cause like, man, you just get in this shit. You better figure that when he finally see like, all right, you taking it serious, but like, you gotta find your own way. You gotta find your own wave. Like, but like I was always around all of them and shit, and like my wave started kind of to become the rappers under them, like Rondo Number 9 and LA Capone and shit like that. Like I kind of was like the wave for them. Like the whole 600 movement, I was the one putting out the mixtapes and shit for them.
You did a good job, sir. You did a good job.
So it's like I caught the wave, but see, when I got my wave going, I pulled him into it though.
You different, right? That's what's up. So how do you feel about that? Because some people really do think you gotta find your own way. So how do you feel about it? Are you more like, let me show you, or?
It all depends on the scenario, cause I'm kind of like one of them people. Is like teach what was taught, and like my ties to the streets always was like teach what was taught. So somebody else, I ain't gonna give you everything. I might bring you to the water, but I ain't gonna teach you how to swim.
Yeah.
Like,
but you still doing something.
Yeah.
You bringing them there, because some people don't even do that. They like figure it out.
Right.
But I was one of them people who always like knew how to put shit together. So it was like when I was all of them, when I seen potential in all of them, I was pulling cuz into it, because I'm like, he the wave. Like everybody know Victorious. If I put him on the mixtapes with me, doing y'all shit, it's gonna help everybody involved, and it did.
Absolutely, because I would like to know your take on the 600. Like, I don't want to say, well, we'll say the end result, because they had a huge, like 600, like, 600 Breezy, Rondo Number 9, LA Capone is like, they were about to be like the hip hop clique.
Cause like the original 600 movement was really like, it was LA Capone, it was Rondo Number 9, they was the forefront. And like, I met Rondo when he was a kid, 14. Like
his deep ass voice, he had all that.
He had a deep ass voice at 14. When I met him, his voice was deeper than mine. Like I met him through his cousin. His cousin was my man. Like I used to scam and shit back in the day. So me and his cousin ran together, and he like introduced me and shit to him. Like he was on some shit like how I be on. He was like, I need to connect with my cousin. He rapped, woo, and like he had just rapped. His name wasn't even Rondo then. He still went kind of by his government name. He was Lil Clint. And he had just really started calling himself Rondo when I met him. So it was like him, L.A., Buka, E-Day, C-Day, like them was like the forefronts of it. And like everybody else, and Just Blow, everybody else kind of came along, because it was a lot of them from their block.
It was going crazy. And to see, you familiar with the Netflix show The Get Down?
The Get Down.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, it centers around like this rap group. They all came together and then they broke up. Like that's basically how like the series ends. They break up. Like
I gotta tune into that.
It's 2 seasons, right? On that one.
2 seasons. So it's kind of like, I kind of feel like 600 was kind of like the street version of that, where it's like y'all was like right at the door for everybody, and then unfortunately we lose LA Capone, Rondo, and C, that they go through what they go through.
Right.
You were there. You were a part of the ups and the downs. Like, how did that feel for you? Was that discouraging?
Hell yeah, it was discouraging, because it was like that was my wave. That was my wave. Like, if you go look all this up, live mixtapes, every mixtape that they did, it was hosted by me.
Right.
And it was like, I started watching, because even like after a while, I started bringing cuz into it, because it was like,
it's about you now.
Yeah. And he was having so much other shit going on, he wasn't even really caring. It was like his boost helped get it going, and then like he wasn't really starting the shit no more. Like he like,
you had to carry that shit.
I just carried it. And like after LA died, and then Rondo and C-Day went to jail, it was kind of like, damn. Because that shit, I watched that shit start going from, we was getting like 10,000 views, 100,000 views, to looking up, that shit was doing millions. And that shit was close. Like, and at the time when a lot of 600 was was kind of divided, like not divided, but it was like everybody was so young,
right?
And the ones who was coming up, everybody was coming up. It was like you either wanted to fuck with Sosa or you want to fuck with Durk.
Yeah.
So like the LA and Rondo, they kind of was like fucking with Durk, and then you had like C-Day, he fucked with, but a lot of them really did fuck with both. But it was like you was closer to one or the other, or you probably fuck with both, or even like Fredo Santana, R.I.P. Fredo, he had Savage Squad, so it's like all of the kids from 600 who was coming up, they kind of like bounced around between the cliques. You would be with Durk, you would be with Sosa, or Fredo or Reese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I got 2 questions for you.
Talk to me.
What is your role in OTF, right? And then the second question is, how do you balance it between your brand, OTF? How do you manage all of that?
Good question. Be lax.
Yeah, I'm curious because he plays so many hats.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I A&R for the label. Of course, I DJ and produce for Durk, but like, I put all of the projects together, like with all of the artists on the label, and shit at this point, cause we just did a label deal, and it's at this point I'm an artist on the label too. I just dropped my first single, GTA.
Okay, yeah, we gotta get into that.
Yeah, with Rob 49, Skilla Baby, and Fabio Foreign. So it's like me as my own brand, I'm trying to mesh it. I'm trying to mesh it all. Like make the artist big, make myself bigger. A win is a win in my eyes. It don't matter how we get it.
Yeah, you're on your way to being
That's
basically
real.
one of the biggest execs in the game.
Nah, for real.
Man, praying on it.
You praying on it? It's happening.
It's happening.
You said you got a label deal. Who's the label?
AWOL, Sony.
They really good too.
Yeah.
They are.
So
who's the artist currently on the roster? If you can break that down too, because I know sometimes things happen, people go, whatever.
Duty Low.
Oh, shout out Duty. Yeah,
okay.
Duty good,
Yeah. YFG Fatso. He knew. Lil King.
Okay.
He knew. And Lil Chucky. He knew.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You doing your thing, man. Is it stressful though? Because I mean, it's okay. I'm pretty sure, going on the road, it's like you got to go on the road with Durk. You got to handle your label business. Then you got to make your beats. Like, how do you balance everything?
I mean, I just try the best way I can. Like, with Durk stuff, it's a little bit, sometimes it could be a shit show. Because he could get busy out of nowhere. Yeah. It's just all about, bro. But it's like, for the most part, his shit be a lot more organized than everything else.
Right.
So, he the primary, and so, like, I kind of base everything else I do off my downtime that I have with him.
Right.
So if it's like they're gonna be on tour this month, and I know how he is. He family orientated. He like to spend time with his kids and his fiance and shit. So I know if it's busy for 3 months, I know the next 3 months probably not gonna be busy. He gonna take the downtime and spend the time with his kids and with his family and shit. So that's when I have my idle time to do my shit. Like, I sit in the house, make beats, send them out to the artists. I'm pulling up on artists. Like, I be calling niggas. I'll call A Boogie or Moneybag. Like, when Durk ain't doing shit, I'm calling niggas. Where you at? Yeah. Like, if they ain't coming to Atlanta, I'll go pull up wherever they at. You in Miami, all right, I'm coming. Like,
getting the records done.
Yeah. So
that's good, because I mean, even with the success that you're having, it's like, I'm pretty sure it might be easy for somebody to get stagnant, get lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just produced this big record for Lil Durk, with this big album for Durk. He just got a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, OTF slick winner right now. I don't got to push up on y'all.
Nah, hell nah, because I'm trying to have the same success as bruh.
Nah, for real.
Like, I'm trying to be rich as hell and make sure all my people straight too. Like, I don't just do this for me. Like, I got a son and I got a family and shit to take care of too. So it's like, I can't get content until I'm in a position to make sure all my people straight too, like how he is. Right. So
that's like your end goal, is like to take care of your family?
Yeah. And like, I want more kids and shit. So yeah, I want to
You want more kids, or you want a family with kids?
A family with kids.
That's what you want?
But
it's okay if you don't have it. I'm just asking. Sometimes it just don't be happening.
A family with kids, but shit, you can't help what life throw at you.
You like sister wives? Would you do some sister wives stuff? Like where you married and they all know, like they all
with each other?
Yeah.
Not
like they fuck with both of y'all.
They can't see, like, I would. Like, it'll have to be the right situation though.
Yeah.
Like I ain't opposed to that though, cause you might need. A lot of the times, niggas cheat because of something that they missing. Like you a male, so you probably done had a situation where you like, damn, I fuck with her and her, but I like her cause of this, but I like her cause of this. If I can combine them and make them one person, this would be the perfect chick.
I can relate to that.
So it's like, all right, if I got you and you, and y'all both get along, that could probably be a cool situation.
And business-wise, your wife could be getting get the person in line and order and making sure shit right, like managing to make sure shit stay. Because your home is your home. Like, that's like your sanctuary. So you want to make sure that's protected. It's peaceful. It's not chaotic.
Yeah.
Because you got to go home and you want to tune out the world, like, type shit. Because you be on the roads. I know you be like, when I get home,
I'll be chilling.
You be chilling like a motherfucker. Like, don't call me to go out to no clubs, no nothing.
But they still call. And then I might be in my mind feeling like I'm finna have some idle time after it has just been hectic.
Right.
And I'll be right back out.
And some shit happens.
Yeah, I'll be right back out, like moving around and shit. Like, in my mind, I probably like, all right, the 12th in the end, I'm gonna at least chill for like 2 weeks and then get back to it. And probably after the first 3 days of chilling, it might be like phone back ringing. I'm like, damn, I gotta go to it.
We need that Bandz pack,
Nah,
man.
for real. That feels like an entrepreneur lifestyle though. Like, we technically never really have like a real off day. We say we gonna be off that day, but some shit can pop up and we like, nah, let me do that. So it's like, that's kind of like you got an entrepreneur spirit. Like,
yeah, no, that's my life.
That's your life. You never had a job? Did you have a job?
Yeah, I done had jobs. I done did everything you could. I did everything under the sun. Hustled, scam, had jobs.
I feel you on that.
Other shit, like, I done did everything under the sun. I just always had a hustling spirit. Like, I grew up around my older cousins and shit, and they was doing all type of shit to get money when I was younger, and I just used to see what they had, and I wanted it for myself. Like, my cousins had Jordans and leather jackets and shit, and I used to be like, I need to figure out how to get that shit too, because I want to look like my older cousins and shit. So
that's the influence always gonna be the family.
Yeah.
Like, your family gonna put you onto some shit before a stranger.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. What's your favorite hat out of all the producing, DJing, A&R, daddy? Of course, daddy gonna be at the top list, being a dad.
For sure.
But like, outside of that, what's your favorite hat that you love it? You think about it all the time. You enjoy it.
See, probably you speaking on just fun, like what I enjoy the most.
Like, you ain't even gotta get paid for it. You just wake up, I want to do this shit because this make me happy. It bring me peace. Like, when the money hit, it just hit. But when it's okay,
it gotta be music related.
Nope, anything.
Playing the game, playing the video game,
bring you peace,
streaming.
yeah.
Like, that be like my getaway to when this shit could just become too much sometimes.
Right.
But musically, producing, because that's where I made the most money at.
That's what's up.
So
fire.
There's a lot of money to be made too if you got the right business.
Yeah, it's definitely money in this shit. Like,
right.
From now compared to then, like, even like in my era, I think my era on up was kind of well. And not even all the way, because I feel like a lot of artists from my era should be richer than they are, should be bigger than they are. That got missed, that probably got missed or caught the wave and ain't as big, but the influence we had, I feel like it's a lot of artists from my era that should be way richer. And I know the artists from back then, like artists who niggas listened to back then, a lot of them niggas probably ain't even rich at all no more.
Is it the lack of education how to manage money, or just like what you think it is?
It's probably a combination of a few things. Probably what you just said, and then lack of information. Because now a lot of shit is on the internet.
Literally, you get on Instagram, they 5 ways to build credit, 5 ways to buy a house. Like, damn.
They sit up on that. You could go get on the internet and see like niggas learn about deals and shit that
literally
back then you wouldn't even know what nothing was. Like,
that's true.
You wouldn't know what a 360 deal was, none of a distribution deal. Like now you got what's the dude name, man?
He a lawyer?
No, he be with Ferrari Simmons. He got the show with Ferrari Simmons. He like a white dude.
Oh, you talking about I know what show you talking about. Yeah, the white lady, the white dude. I know you talking about.
Yeah, like
Wendy Day.
Wendy Day, yeah, Wendy Day.
Yeah, like you can get on his podcast and learn a lot about a lot of shit. Like he giving free game on there every day. So it's like a lot of the dudes from back then probably just didn't know. And then like being an artist and shit kind of was like a hidden gem. It wasn't like now it's like, damn, now niggas will wake up like, man, I got some money. I'm finna just
go to Good Times
to the studio.
Or I don't got no money, but my people got a studio. I'm finna just start rapping. Like now that's a lot of niggas doing it like just out of thin air now. It's not all of that shit to become an artist back then was probably like, it was probably like so much. It was probably unheard of to niggas. Like if your man rapped and you watching his lifestyle, probably from, I'm thinking of an era maybe like Lil Wayne and them.
Oh yeah, Cash Money, yeah, 90s.
It used to be a lot of niggas with them and shit. None of the niggas around them probably was just like, damn, I could do that too. Now, niggas is kind of oversaturating the shit because it's like a nigga will watch their homeboys start rapping, they get rich, and then
they want to do it.
They want to do it.
Yeah, I think back then it was more people just staying in their lane.
Right.
So you had the rapper was the rapper, the producer was the producer, the engineer was the engineer. But yeah, it has become oversaturated. It's like, yeah, he started rapping. He from my block. I'm gonna do it too. And then
you can wake up and just,
and then it don't work for you like that, and now you mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's about not just being an artist. Like you said, back then you could just be an artist. It's the marketing.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna separate you. The content, the marketing. Like it's different now. Like if you ain't posting content, you're not gonna be heard.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough, definitely.
Yeah. So how did this record GTA come together, man?
I was in New York. I was already in New York. I was with Skilla. I had a session with Skilla Baby in New York already, and we was just doing some records for his project. Like he was there, I was there. We set up a session, and Rob happened to be there the same time because we was there for like a week. Like we was out there for like a whole week. We was working on records and shit. And Rob happened to be out there at the same time. Them two got a good-ass relationship as well as me and him. So I told him pull up to the session. And then, like, this was probably like a couple days in. I already doing records with Skilla by myself. So that specific day, Rob was pulling up. And then I told Fabio pull up. You know how sometimes studio sessions be, it just be everybody. So it was just like everybody was there.
Yeah,
because I think we was actually going out that night somewhere. I think we was going to Starless that night. So like Fabio and them, he wasn't even pulling up really to rap for real. It was like that was where everybody was meeting at. So he got there. They was working. Skilla had did his part first. Nah, matter of fact, it was Rob. Rob had did his part first, and Skilla ended up hopping on it, and then Fabio was just. After he listening to their part, he sitting there freestyling and shit, and I'm like, shit, you might as well hop on that bitch.
Nah, for real.
And like once the record was done, I just like told the engineer, like, man, drop that motherfucker on my hard drive.
That's how you know it's gonna be put out. Like
I'm the DJ, I'm finna break my own damn record.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like nobody ever claimed it. And when I told all three of them, like, I'm finna put this out, everybody was cool with it. Like, I got a relationship with all three of them, so they was cool with it. And then I hit all of them to do the video. It was on one of them weekends when both of them, Rob and Skilla had to. Now I think Skilla had to be there, but Rob didn't. And he ended up just coming out for the video. He came out just to shoot the video. Like, ain't charged no money or shit. He pulled up on his own, and then everybody just pulled up.
Djing relationships.
Yeah. So shout out Rob for that too, and Skilla.
Nah, for real. And shout out to you for having your hard drive. Do you know how many artists they be pulling up to the studio and be like, all right, that's it, and leaving like, nigga, no, your record is on this person that you're never gonna see again. Like, you need to put that onto a hard drive. Like, people don't understand how important that hard drive is.
Man.
You ain't gotta, hey, what happened to that dude that engineered to send me the track out? And, like, you ain't gotta do that.
That'd be the worst.
You got any hard drive horror stories?
Man. Not really, because in phase one, it was like a lot of shit what you said when it was time to put out projects. Like, and it was like that with Durk. Like, I ain't really had that many problems like during my mixtape days as much because everybody really did everything in my basement. So I had everything was right here. Everything right here in headquarters. So it wasn't, I ain't have to do too much searching around. But when it got to the point where I started moving around with Durk and we Atlanta for a week, we in New York for a week, and like now it's time to put the project out. And that's like when I really started dealing with labels and shit, because the labels, they want the vocals and shit to these records when you putting shit out, or like even when we start putting out albums and shit, they want the vocals. Like, they like, what the sessions to these records at? What the stems to these beats at? And I was the one putting the projects out, so like I got to go fishing for all of this shit. So it was like I kind of adapted to that quick. Like after it became a headache for me a few times, it's like, nah, hell no.
Can't do that.
Never again.
Hard drive, on point. Soon as we done, wherever we at, let me get that. If for any reason I ain't got it on me this specific time or date, send that shit to my email as soon as we done. So
that's what we do. That's what me and my brother do.
That's like what we do for real. We ain't leaving this room without that session. Damn it.
Oh, for sure.
Shout out to you.
Shout out
you
to
only
you,
got to
man.
bump your head one time, because we all bumped our heads. But I'm saying you just got to do it 1 or 2 times, and you realize, nah, we ain't playing with these engineers. We're not doing it.
Because you never know what'll happen to the engineer.
You might go to jail.
Right.
You never know what might happen to the studio. Like,
Might get closed.
Yeah.
Foreclosed. I don't know.
Anything. Now you can't find none of this shit. You lost in the sauce. Now you got a whole nother problem after that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Very serious. Well, hey, man, it's 2024. What else can we expect from you this year, DJ Bandz?
I'm dropping my album this year. I ain't gonna put no date on it. It's coming though. I got a lot of records already done for it. So my album, the artists on the label, YFG Festo, Lil King, Chucky, Duty Low, and yeah, them the main two. Them the main two situations right now.
Beautiful, man.
Music on the way then.
Man.
Music on the way.
Your year, your Kobe year. It's gonna end on a great note, man. That's what it sounds like. For sure, man.
And if y'all shoot any videos here in Atlanta, call us so we can pull up, show some love.
Oh yeah,
all that type of shit.
I'm probably be having one in Atlanta real soon.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
we'll push up and support for sure.
Hell
We
yeah.
definitely want to support our people, man. Well, thank you for pulling up to the show,
Thank you so
man.
much.
One thing about us before we wrap, we always like to encourage our guests to provide positive words of affirmation. So what can DJ Bandz provide to anybody out there that's trying to come up and get like you, King?
man, just stay consistent, man, and don't give up. Like I ain't gonna give a lecture. That's really about it. Stay consistent, don't give up. Like keep that grind going, no matter what. It's gonna get difficult, cause like I done been homeless. I done been homeless and shit before to chase this shit. Like dead broke. So just stay consistent, don't give up.
There it is.
Wise words.
Stay consistent, don't give up. Hey, man, please get the people your social media. Let them know how to get in contact with DJ Bandz, man.
Instagram _DJ Bandz with a Z. Twitter DJ _Bandz with a Z. That's them the main two I be on.
For sure, man. Well, hey, man, congratulations to you again on all your success.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely, man. DJ Bandz to put up the Infinite Vibes with Miranda, man, and DJ B.
Hey.
Hey, shout out to OTF, shout out to Durk, shout out to everybody from the Shy, everybody doing their thing, man.
Right.
Keep it up.
And shout out to this guy for the BTS.
Shout out to the BTS, man.
Shout out my nigga Hell Real Visuals, man.
Hell Real Visuals. That's a hell of a name, sir. Hell of a name. RG King. Hey, man. Infinite Vibes. DJ Bandz is in the building.
Let's go.